Grandma Rose put down her fork so quietly that it stopped the sound of clinking dishes and made the whole table fall silent. I felt her eyes on me, warm but sharp, and my heart tightened. "CA," she said. Her voice was calm, shaped by years of travel and experience. "Why are you still renting that tiny place in Brooklyn? What happened to the studio on West 86th Street that we put in your name?" My throat went dry. I opened my mouth, but Mom spoke first. "Oh, that." Mom laughed, bright but brittle. "The apartment belongs to Jackson now." Jackson didn't even look up from his phone. Dad chewed slowly, almost on purpose. Grandma Rose didn't blink. She wiped her mouth with her napkin, folded it neatly, and pushed her chair back. "Finish your plates," she said softly, though her soft voice carried more weight than shouting ever could. "Then get your coats. We are going for a drive." Mom froze. "Rose, there's no need to make a scene." "A scene?" Grandma raised her eyebrows. "Lena, you haven't seen a scene yet." Something inside me twisted. The room felt too small, too hot, too aware of years I could not undo. Grandma stood steady like stone. "Tonight," she said, "Carr deserves the truth. If you've ever watched a single moment split your life in two, you know the feeling in my bones right then. And if you want to stay with me through everything that happened when we opened that door later that night, keep listening." The truth didn't wait. It hit like a storm. Grandma Rose didn't speak again until we were in the car, the engine humming as if it were holding its breath. I stared out the window. "I bought that studio for you when you were 16, she said. "Your name was on the deed from day one." Mom shifted in the back seat. "Rose, things change." "For who?" Grandma asked, her voice sharp, not loud. Dad cleared his throat. "We were managing the property. It was complicated." "No," Grandma said. "It was simple. I gave her home." Her words hit me harder than I expected. I remembered my 18th birthday, standing in the empty studio while Grandma pressed brass keys into my palm, tied with a white ribbon. "You told me it was my anchor," I whispered. "And it still is," she said. "Unless someone has taken it." The car drove toward West 86th Street in silence. Jackson had moved in when I was 20. 3 months, he promised. 3 months turned into 6. His air mattress became a real bed. His clothes filled my closet. His gaming setup turned my studio into a glowing cave. "You're barely here anymore." He shrugged once. Somehow, I became the guest in my own home. Then the money started. $300. Then $400. Then $800. Mom always said the same thing. "He just needs help." "You're doing well, CA." I sent the money because I thought I was protecting my home. The truth caught up with me on a cold Sunday morning. Jackson slept on the couch, his phone glowing. My bank account stared back at me with a negative balance, $9,400. When the co-op office called about a refinance for $290,000, my hands went numb. "Your co-owner already submitted everything," the woman said. "There is no co-owner," I whispered. "According to our files," she replied, "Jackson Brooks is listed alongside you." That night, I checked the city records. Owner of record, Jackson Brooks. My name was gone. Mom laughed when I confronted her. Family can manage things without making everything dramatic. I hung up. Hours later, a text appeared, * I'm back in town. We need to talk tonight. Grandma Rose *. When we reached the studio, Grandma unlocked the door with her own key. The smell hit first, beer, takeout, strangers on my couch. Grandma dropped a folder on the table. Deeds, forged signatures, refinance papers, bank transfers, all explained. She said, "No one could have done this without planning." The next morning, Grandma introduced me to Aunt Tessa, a lawyer. "This is fraud," Tessa said calmly, "and we can fix it." They did, Grandma said. The backlash was brutal. Voicemails, begging, threats, guilt wrapped in family words. I blocked them all. In court, the judge's voice was steady. Plaintiff C.A. Brooks is the sole and rightful owner of the property. The deed transfer is void. All debts remain with the defendants. Jackson stormed out. Mom cried. Dad stared at the floor. Grandma squeezed my hand. I told you the truth stands, she said. When I unlocked the studio days later, it felt like walking into a wreck. I rebuilt it slowly. New locks, new walls, a fireproof safe. Mom sent one last email after their house was auctioned. * we have nowhere to go. *. I replied once. * I chose to stop drowning with you. *. That night, I sat on the balcony with a glass of wine. Grandma's newest postcard rested in my lap. * love you bigger than the sky. Keep the balcony light on. I plugged in the new string lights, warm and steady, and let them glow across the space.